Hi, Virgo. Welcome back to Peaceful Oracle. This is your monthly July tarot and oracle card reading. So, Virgo, in the beginning, when I first kept trying to tap into your energy, I actually had kind of a hard time picking up on anything. And I think that's because you might find yourself being a bit guarded this month. And I think that a lot of you are doing it on purpose. I think that a lot of you have this, I was sensing this kind of like a wall up, but it's not to block out everything. I think that you're just going to be in a very, what's the right word? I think you're being very careful. You're being very discerning. You're being very careful about who you allow into your space and who you allow to see your true authentic self. I kept seeing big stone walls. So the scene that kept playing out in my mind, so for any of you who have seen the show Outlander, you know, those, she kind of has to go through this big stone wall in order to cross on into to time travel, right? So I think that it's kind of like that. It's not to necessarily keep people out, but it's just to kind of filter through who you want to allow to see all your gifts, your talents, your abilities, but not just that, also having access to your kindness, your generosity, because I feel like some of you have just been taken for a ride, or you feel like you've been taken for a ride. People have been, they take advantage, or they see that you're generous, or they see that you're, that you have this very genuineness to you. And that's often it's like a gift, it's a gift that you bring into people's lives. And I feel like maybe you have known quite a few people that just don't appreciate that, or don't know how to appreciate that. And you often are left feeling like there's no one that really can understand your level of kindness, your level of love, like how much you can give. And I think that you just want to be able to attract the right kinds of people in your life, because now you are in this place of, I deserve better. Like I deserve to have people give in the same way that I give for others. So I feel like you may find that in this month of July that you may find yourself a bit guarded. But I think that at the same time, it might be because you're just trying to be very careful with who you allow into your sphere. And so for some of you, now looking at the cards, we have the Lover's card crossed by the Three of Cups. So for some of you, you could be celebrating. I'm seeing some of you reuniting with childhood friends. I feel like there are people from your past that you haven't spoken to in a very long time, and you might find yourself getting together with them again. And I think it's because you're in a different place now. It could be that you're more connected to your like maybe how you were when you were a kid, like before maybe things got complicated in your life, and so now you're kind of returning back to this original self. You're bringing back things you used to love to do when you were a kid, or you're starting to feel how you used to feel when you were a kid, things that used to make you happy and you were able to enjoy. And you may find that either you're reconnecting with old childhood friends, connections. I'm seeing kind of like spontaneous, like randomly. It could be that you choose to go and visit home. And maybe you haven't been home in a long time, and now you're kind of visiting back home. and you may run into a old childhood friend at the grocery store or something. I'm kind of seeing that kind of thing. And also, like, there's this welcoming back of who you truly are, something that you might have had to shut out a long time ago. And so those parts of you may be coming back. And I feel like for some of you who are reconnecting with old childhood friends, I'm even hearing lovers. It could be old childhood, like lovers, like people that you just knew when you were a kid. I think that it's on another level now. It's kind of like you guys have gone through life and you've experienced more. And it can also be very healing. It could bring up those old wounds and allow you to heal and set some things down, being able to finally let old wounds go. That's coming through very strongly, actually, a return to the past so we can be healed. And I kind of feel like there will be, you will be reconnecting with people, maybe people who betrayed you, people who didn't treat you with very much respect. So there's a large healing aspect to this. I'm hearing reunion. So maybe there's a reunion for some of you. I'm seeing that you want to put something down with the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. There's a disappointment that you want to heal. Something that you're ready to move on from this heavy baggage. Like there's this baggage that you're ready to take the wisdom that those wounds have taught you, but you're ready to let the pain go. The pain associated with it. Okay, let's clarify the 3 of Cups and the Lovers. This is a celebration in some way. So maybe this could be for some of you a marriage, because we do have the Hierophant card here as well in your goal and destiny. So maybe some of you are you're getting married, you're wanting to get married, you're trying to find connections that really bring that happiness and stability into your life. And you're protecting yourself. You're kind of, but not just protecting yourself. It's the 2 of Swords is kind of creating balance and harmony in your life as well. Like being able to decipher between, people who are just like being able to sort through who's genuine and who's not, or what's the right opportunities for you and what's not. Clarification card for the 3 of Cups and Lovers, please. Yeah. Okay. I'm letting go. So maybe there's and the Messenger of Fire. I feel like there's this goal or there's this you're wanting to, yeah, okay. So you're ready to set out on this new path. Yeah, okay. So you're ready to set out on this new path. And I feel like that your sights are on being very, very clear about what is right for you and what's not. So you're trying to choose between, you could also be trying to choose between something. There could be opportunities coming towards you. There's just a lot being presented to you. Oh, wow. Yeah, 6 of Cups and 6 of Water, same exact card. So 6 of Cups and 6 of Water is this reminiscing on childhood memories. like going through the past and kind of figuring out maybe some of the things I made mistakes in or regrets. It could also be generosity from others. But I'm strongly feeling like there's this return to reflecting back on your past and kind of sorting through what were the mistakes or regrets that I made, and how can I not make sure that I don't repeat those mistakes, or looking back and where you were most happy in your past and how can I get back to that place. So there is this reflection or this return, this energy of return of something from your past coming up in the month of July, Virgo. We have the Queen of Pentacles here. There could be something having to do, there could be something having to do with another person. I did pick up on mother figure here, so Queen of Pentacles. And it's clarified by the Tower card. So maybe there's a major healing component that happened for you, Virgo, where maybe you were reminiscing on maybe wounds from a mother figure or a significant female in your life. I'm also hearing that maybe there was this person from your past that could have had some control over your finances. Or maybe some unhealthy thoughts or beliefs about finances. Like a specific mind frame that you learned. So maybe this is about, or what you were coming from, because this is kind of in your past position that is leaving your influence, has influenced your choices up until now, is like healing this maybe toxic mindset or self-limiting beliefs around money, around stability, around what you feel like you deserve. And I feel like you want to heal that, or you're putting that weight down because it was attracting maybe the wrong people or the wrong opportunities that were not in resonance with you. And you're realizing that this reminiscing, like reflecting back on the past, where you're looking back and you're like, I think I learned this thought or this pattern from my mother, or I learned it from because I grew up this way and this is how the people in my family, this is what they believed about money. There's something about money, finances, and the ability to create the life that you want. Or maybe there were people, I'm also hearing that people, like they encouraged you to just play safe. So maybe you didn't go after the things that you really wanted to go after because you didn't believe that things like that could happen for you. And so you broke that down, or you're in the process of breaking that down. Because you're looking at it and you're like, that's just not true. Whatever it is that I learned, whatever toxic belief that I learned in the past or from my childhood upbringing or through friends or programming through teachers in school, whatever programming I had that was self-limiting, that kind of limited my ability to attract abundance for myself, limited my ability to be able to live up to my full potential. I'm breaking that down because I just don't believe that that's true, and it's been blocking me. I'm also hearing that maybe for some of us, we were compared a lot to other people and we just never felt like we matched up. So there's a lot of breaking down about, old thought patterns and beliefs that just became this heavy burden that we didn't need to carry anymore. Clarification card for the Two of Swords. Eight of Earth. Yeah. You want to be able to sing your song. I always think of that with the Eight of Earth. It's singing your song, being able to put in the work, put in the passion, put in the the creativity, using your skills, your abilities to be able to manifest the things that you want to manifest. Eight of Earth is a card I always see of hard work. And I always see it as a card of being able to sing your unique tune and putting that out in the world to be able to manifest and create abundance for yourself in your life. So the fact that the Eight of Earth is clarifying the Two of Swords tells me that you are trying to reestablish what you believe about what you're capable of being able to bring into your life. And I think that by doing this reassessment, you're realizing that maybe I need to keep some things a secret. Maybe I need to not share some of my ideas or abilities or talents with certain people, because every time I do, I feel drained. So they could just be, it's like a parasite, right? Like it just drains your energy, it drains your fire. So by protecting yourself and being discerning, putting that wall up is protecting you and keeping you in balance and keeping your resources to yourself so you don't feel depleted. And I feel like that's replenishing you and it's working. So I'm hearing from Spirit, like keep that momentum going, because it will free up your energy for you to be able to go faster and go more. I feel like that momentum will grow for you. Okay, so in your present emotions here, the Nine of Cups clarified by the Seven of Fire. And there is something that's bringing you a lot of happiness. I feel like you are taking your power back in many different ways. There could be something that a field, a work, a line of work where it could be competitive. And there is a lot of guardedness here. Seven of Fire could be setting your boundaries. It could be also going about things very strategically. But I see inspiration here and following your intuition, following your gut instincts. And that's leading you to a lot of emotional happiness and fulfillment. And feeling like you're no longer drained. I'm also seeing for some of you, you're taking your power back. You're seeing where you were giving a lot of your energy to people who were just draining you. And so I see a lot more stability emotionally and financially this month for you, Virgo. I'm also seeing that for some of you, you could have like a couple good friends in your life that you tend to keep those people that do bring in that good energy into your life. You're keeping them around. So you're just being very selective and discerning about who's around you. And I think that maybe in this month, you'll find that your ideas grow, that they grow in different directions and they move in different ways. And I'm seeing that some of you might also have, you may be collaborating with others that bring in new ideas to the table. Okay, Temptation, Empress. but also don't abandon your ideas. Like staying true to what really resonates with you, because there's some things they may be tempting. But I'm seeing you also being I'm seeing that, Virgo, that you're wanting to collaborate with other people. You're wanting other people in your sphere. But there is this undertone this month of feeling not quite balanced or not quite right. And I think that's why you're trying so hard to put up these walls, or you're being very discerning. There is a sense here, and I'm getting it mostly from the Empress card, that there may be some, like you're not too confident. It may be wavering a little bit, like unsure of yourself. And that could be why like you're feeling a bit vulnerable or a bit fragile. Not fragile, that's a bad word. It's not a bad word, but that's not the word I wanted to use. Just a little bit vulnerable where you're not too sure. There is this undertone this month. Pages are they're the beginning stages of things. So there could be new opportunities or new things that are coming in, or you're leveling up to a new stage, and you could be a bit unsure about what's coming towards you, maybe some offers that you're not too sure about. There is this undertone with the Empress this month, that there's this like you want, because Empresses they're usually very abundant cards, but there is something about being very reserved because I'm not sure. Okay, clarification card for the 10 of Wands. Wanting to let something go. Yeah. Again, I kind of feel like there is this, okay, I felt like there was this father figure energy to the King of Earth. And I remembered when I saw the Queen of Pentacles, I know you had the Queen of, yeah, right here. Oops. Oh, wow. Okay. So I guess we have the Ace of Swords as well here. Let me just pull that to the side. I'm sorry. I know my cards are all over the place. Okay, so Queen of Pentacles, King of Earth, Tower, 10 of Wands. I feel like these are connected. I feel like there might be some healing that's being done, some things coming to a resolution in relationship with mother and father. Some things that have felt like a heavy burden, some things that have weighed really heavily on your heart and on your mind and your ability to really step into who you want to be. And I'm being again drawn to the 6 of Water here. So again, reminiscing on childhood memories, reminiscing on uncovering, untapping, tapping into old beliefs and thought forms and systems. So I'm seeing that in the month of July, you may not even be actively digging, but it could just be you're doing something and then something just may kind of pop into your mind, like a light bulb moment. So you may have several of these light bulb moments that help you to put this down. Because I think a lot of this was put on you by your parental figures. That's just, you're now looking at it like, oh, I don't think I really believe that. I don't think that, maybe they were wrong, or maybe they weren't entirely accurate when it came to this belief about money, or this belief about jobs or careers or whatever it is, however it resonates with you. So there is that as well. That and I think that maybe that could also, I'm also feeling inspired to also put that Empress here again too, because I think that could be contributing to the unsureness, like the why you're unsure, because maybe you learn to doubt yourself. Like you learn, maybe your perception was always questioned, like your perception of reality, like you weren't too sure. So you were maybe, I'm feeling like that some of you were taught to kind of like not always trust what you felt or thought. So it becomes kind of confusing when opportunities come around with the Page of Wands that like I don't know if I can trust myself. So there's this unraveling or unwrapping to look at that and ask yourself, is this true? And I kind of feel like it might be a month of a lot of illumination where you'll be able to see it, and you'll be able to decide for yourself to kind of rewrite that story. And it also may bring up a sense of disappointment and loss, because it may make you feel or ask yourself or question, well, why was I taught that? But I want to look into it more here. So 5 of Cups. Yeah, there's a lot of, and Ace of Swords also is kind of cutting through that clutter. I always see Ace of Swords as the card of clarity, mental clarity. So seeing things for what they really are, or bringing things that have always been something that has always eluded you to come into focus. And this month also with the 5 of Cups, what I'm sensing is that as you're doing this reflection and as you're kind of unraveling this, kind of rewriting how you want to approach your life from now on, I feel like maybe you only always saw these 3 cups that are spilled over. And I feel like this month you may notice the 2 cups behind you that are still upright. So maybe you have come from a place of loss. Like you always had this like, oh, I didn't have this growing up, or I didn't learn that. And if I could have just learned that, then I wouldn't have had to go through these experiences. And I feel like that's kind of a story that's been on loop for you. And I feel like this month, you may change your perception. The perception may change of, well, yeah, I did go through that, but look at what it's taught me. So I'm feeling like with the 5 of Cups here, this is actually a positive card. I feel like this is actually something where you're going to be able to see things clearly. And because you're able to see things clearly, you will be able to put a different perspective or spin on how you relate to whatever it is that you're seeing clearly. Clarification for the 5 of Cups. Queen of Water. Yeah. So this is a mastery or a level of understanding things that have caused disappointment, heartbreak, and loss. Coming into a different, like a leveling up of seeing things from a more healed place, an emotionally healed place. So there's this emotional mastery that's coming into play with, I feel like for some of you, specific to maybe childhood memories or programming from mom and dad, or the way you grew up and how you chose to believe things, or how you were taught to believe things. But this month, I feel like there's that healing taking place there. There's an emotional healing taking place, and things coming to light, things being illuminated for you. Let's clarify the 7 of Swords. What is the 7 of Swords about? I'm hearing sibling with the 7 of Swords. Okay, so I'm seeing that I'm sure, and again, this is a general reading, so obviously it's not going to apply to everybody. But I think that for some of you, what I'm seeing with 7 of Swords is maybe you had a family dynamic where there was one child favorited over the other, and maybe you were the one that was not favorited, like you were maybe the scapegoat child in the family. That's what I'm sensing with the 7 of Swords here. And I feel like maybe for some of you who were that, I'm seeing you speak up this month. Whether people understand it or see what you're trying to say, I'm seeing that for some of you, you may vocalize it, you may say it. Yeah, 10 of fire. 10 of wands. Yeah. Same card. And I feel like being able to say that, like it's like a heavy weight on your shoulders because it's something you've never said. It's something you've never vocalized. And it's something that you need to be able to say in order for you to win yourself back here, to have that peace. She has a very peaceful expression on herself. And I think that you're bringing back this peace because I think maybe for some of you, you've been overlooked, invalidated by others. And now you're kind of like, even if whether they see it or not, you don't care so much about them validating you or invalidating you or not, because you're validating yourself and you are vocalizing and letting them know that, hey, look, mom and dad, you always favorited them and you never believed me when, so and so and so. And I think by doing that, for some of you, you may find that that kind of gives you that takes the weight off your chest. Telling the truth. Telling your truth. Yeah. And the bottom of the deck, you have 5 of water, which again is 5 of cups. I feel like you're going to be empowered in standing on your own 2 feet this month, that you're going to trust your perceptions of your reality, that you're going to, even if you don't really know the way ahead, because I'm not seeing like there's this, it kind of feels like you're empowered, but you have no idea what's in store for you at the same time, but you're surrendering to it because you trust yourself. So there's a strong trust in oneself this month. Whether things work out or they don't, or the end goal or you don't, or I don't really see that you're caring too much about that right now. I kind of feel like you're just in this place of, I want to get my life in alignment with my dreams and my goals. And in order for me to do that, there's some things that I need to do. There's some loose ends that I need to tie up so I can move on, so I can be happy. Whether certain people want to come along in this next journey in my life, or they can only be in part of it, or you're kind of deciphering between that. And I feel like that's what you're doing with the 2 of Swords. And I feel like you're also doing that with the 7 of Fire as well. Because 7 of Fire is also setting those boundaries. And also trusting your intuition, trusting your inner voice of this is where I want to go. Yes, and also 9 of Fire, actually. 9 of Fire is also a boundaries card, learning from previous hurts and mistakes and being able to protect your inner magic. And not allowing other people to come in and steal it from you or take it from you or diminish it, or to put out that light. You're not allowing people to do that anymore. So there is this gentle, soft empowerment that's coming from you this month. Okay, let's do a guidance card here for you, Virgo. What is Virgo's guidance card for the month of July 2021? What does Virgo need to know this month? I'm hearing it's about time. That's what I heard. So maybe it's about time that you spoke up, or maybe it's about time that you finally did that thing that's on your mind. So I feel like this month there's going to be this, I've had enough of this, and I had enough of holding myself back. I had enough of people telling me what I should want and what I shouldn't want. I'm feeling like there's this push towards wanting to do what you want to do from a place of just being fed up from everything else. And maybe that's the push you needed. Maybe you needed to get to that place of, I'm just sick of this and I don't want to deal with this anymore. And I'm just going to go for what I want. Yeah. And you're seeking for where you will shine the most. You're seeking for that light. You're only looking towards what sets you alight. You're dedicated to that, your expression of your unique beauty. And you want to be honored for your ideas, your perspective on things. You want to be appreciated. You want to be seen for that. Because maybe you came from this place of not being seen. So it's like that's your only goal now. Like I'm not going to put up with this anymore. What is Virgo's challenge card this month? For the month. Whoa, okay. Going forward. Okay, we have quite a few here. I'm sorry. I know I have lots of cards. Wonders, potential, diligence, and courage. And I know this is a lot of cards, but I kind of feel like they're all saying the same thing. So that's why I put them all down. Oh, wow. Okay. You also have solitude. Okay. This all makes sense. So I think this month for you, Virgo, this is about you were starting off on this new path. I can tell. You're starting off on something new. And I think that you are in between people and friendships and you're transitioning in terms of who is in your life right now. So maybe you're kind of in this place of, I kind of maybe want to do things on my own for a while because I'm not really sure who I can really trust in my life. Maybe there's not really many people that you feel like you can be vulnerable around. So if that's you, maybe you're kind of like, I think I'm better off doing this on my own because I'm more at peace there than I am with trying to figure out these ambivalent friends or these toxic friends or family members. And that may take some courage because, you have to kind of stand your ground. You may have to speak your truth. So you may be called to be a little bit courageous this month, but you have your sights set on your potential because it's like, you see it in yourself and that's all you need right now. And you are going to hold out for the right people to see it too in your life. And those are the only people you're going to allow in your life now. So there is this new path ahead of you and it's a one step at a time type thing. Yeah, it's a one step at a time. You're going to take it one day at a time. And I feel like it's going to cut through a lot of, and same with the Ace of Swords and this Wonders card, I feel like it's going to cut through a lot of just the clutter that doesn't need to be there. Okay, what can Virgo look forward to in the month of July? What can Virgo look forward to in the month of July? What can Virgo look forward to in the month? I love that. Abundance. Amazing. I mean, that should be clarification that you're on the right path. You are on the right path, Virgo. I feel it. Sometimes we need to be that. Sometimes we kind of need to put up a shelter or we need to put up a wall and let people know our boundaries. And sometimes we need to kind of have moments where we're just not around a whole lot of people so we can focus. So we can focus on our goals to be able to reach our potential. Because we have a different path. We know a general idea of what path we want to walk on. And we also know that some people in our life cannot come on that path. And I feel like the minute when we make those courageous steps to speak up and to set our boundaries or to even remove some people from our life, that from that because of our intentions, because we're wanting to be the best version of ourselves and we're trusting ourselves, I feel like, there's that reward of abundance coming into our life. Because you're also choosing, because I strongly believe that some of you have learned, or like at a young age, we learned like, okay, some maybe like a poverty mindset, maybe. Not that you were, but just that mindset was there, or things are not possible for you. There's like this self-limiting belief that you're cutting out. You're not having it anymore. With the 10 of Wands and 10 of Fire, they're the same exact card. So we're going to set all these ideas, these beliefs, these things, these memories, these experiences, we're burning them down. We're breaking it down, the Tower. Because they're not standing on foundations that are replenishing for you. And because of that, because we're choosing to believe in abundance now instead of lack, abundance is what we get. What is the animal totem for Virgo in the month of July 2021? What is the animal totem for Virgo? Oh my goodness, I love that. Learn from the past. Yeah. And I kind of feel like that's what I've been saying throughout the whole reading, that there's this taking the wisdom, extracting the nectar from the wisdom of those wounds and those experiences that we learned from our past. And growing into how powerful and big we can be. And trusting in our instincts, trusting that we know some things. Maybe we don't know everything, but we know some things. And we can rely on that wisdom, that knowledge. And we can stop playing small. Elephants are, they're big. They command their presence. But they're also gentle and they're beautiful. And they're loving and patient and they're kind as well. But they could also be very fierce and ferocious, and they can also be, and they're big, like you want to get out of their way. Like you don't want to be in the way of an elephant. So there's this gentle power to you this month. Let me pick one more card for you, Virgo. This is your relationship card for the month of July. What does Virgo need to know about relationships in the month of July? This could also be a relationship with yourself as well. It doesn't always have to be love or romantic if that's something that you're not looking for right now. What does Virgo need to know about relationships? I feel like that you're manifesting new friendships and new relationships. But they may not come in right away. But there is something that's divinely guided. I feel like there's this new group or this new group of karmic relationships that's divinely guided, but it's kind of meant for you in a nourishing way. Instead of it necessarily coming in to teach you a lesson. I mean, I guess everything kind of teaches us a lesson, but this is more nourishing. It's more supportive because that's what you're wanting to attract and that's what you're trying to call in. Twin flames, your passion ignites. Yeah. Yeah, it did feel like this is other people. Like this is not with yourself. I do feel like there's something that's divinely guided. Something that is just matches you so much on a more authentic, real level. So that's beautiful. I love that you're calling that in. These are the things that you get to look forward to this month, Virgo. Abundance, nourishing relationships that mirror you on a more authentic level, that support you and help you rise up. And then also taking the wisdom that you've learned in your life, things that have made you who you are, and applying that into, weeding out what you don't want anymore, setting your boundaries, and going forward with this trust and a bit of clarity. That's a really powerful reading. I love this for you. Okay, so that's your reading for July, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you for August. Bye.